Mikaylin is a single mother with a 2-year-old daughter. And she says the reason she's had to do it all on her own is because her ex, Dalton, refuses to be a father. In fact, he hasn't seen the child since she was born.
After my 2 short-lived days of actually getting to hold her in my arms, you know, I haven't had much contact with her since. At the time, I was living in Florida, and I traveled 2,400 miles to see Mikaylin give birth to her. Shortly after me and Mikaylin finally split up, I got with Chloe. Every time me and Chloe try to go see my daughter, it comes into some type of problem. I don't understand how one day she's like, be a father, be here, and then the next it's block me and you'll never see your child again, and you're a deadbeat and just go on, live your life. I could be doing more. I could be calling her, but who wants to be a part of that? Who wants to be a part of that negativity?
He says that when he got there, your family just all hated on him.
My dad did, I will say. My dad did because of our past. You know, when I moved to Florida, it was so toxic, it was awful. You know,
you moved to Florida to be with him?
Yes, it got abusive in every way possible you can think of, mentally, physically, emotionally. And so one night, me and him both decided that it was time for me to go, and I got on a plane, I left, and 2 weeks later, I'm pregnant. I tried contacting him. He wouldn't answer phone calls or text messages. I had to go through his family to let him know that I was pregnant.
And when you told him that he was going to be a father, what did he say?
Show me proof. I have begged this man and pleaded. He had told me that he was in Texas at one point, and if I could meet him, and I said, I'm broke. I don't have the money to you know, drive a few hours to meet y'all. What do you expect me to do? And I got called names for it, you know, I'm selfish, I'm this, I'm that. And I told him, I said, look, if you pay for my gas to get there, I will go.
What did he say?
Well, at first, you know, the argument was...
By the way, she's really adorable.
Thank you. The argument was, you know, if I had child support, I would be able to do this.
You don't
but
get
I
child
don't.
support.
I've gotten $31.
Yeah. $31 in 2 years?
2 years.
What'd you do with that $31?
I bought a pack of diapers.
Yeah.
I couldn't even afford wipes with the rest of the money.
When
I mean, come
you
on.
say, hey, how about contributing to your daughter's maintenance, what does he say?
Well, I never actually get to talk to him, really. I mostly talk to Chloe.
His girlfriend?
Yes. And
why do you have to talk to her?
I asked the same question. I don't have a problem with her.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is that I got to talk to a child about my child. She was 14 when I was pregnant and they got together. Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Dalton?
The day she was born.
You're just here because you want Dalton...
I want justice for my daughter.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to tell my daughter when she gets older that I did absolutely everything I could possibly do.
But what do you want out of this show? What do you want? You want Dalton to step up?
Either step up or step out and
Right.
just go. If you cared about our daughter like you say in that, you would be here. Do you realize that? Do you realize that? You care more about raising your girlfriend than you do your child.
From the get-go, I never even had the chance to be her freaking father. I never had the chance. We never discussed custody. We never discussed anything of whatever our right. I didn't care. Why the hell would I go 2,000 miles if I didn't care?
You haven't seen her since she was born.
Indeed.
Okay. And really, is there a good excuse?
No,
Even though...
there isn't. I don't want to come out here acting like the guy that has excuse after excuse after excuse. I'm past all that. Honestly, I'd just rather move forward. I'd rather move forward.
And what does that mean, move forward with what?
That would mean that we do some type of court system where we can come to an agreement of custody, child support, whatever the means are for that to be done.
I hear some ridiculously low amounts with child support on this show. That's right up there. $31 in 2 years? I mean, that's Deadbeat City, man.
It is in the ballpark, yeah, for that. I don't understand.
Because I got to imagine you take Chloe out for dinner, or go to the movies, or do something, right? You spend some money on Chloe, right?
Yeah.
She's not your daughter.
I'm not going to give her anything that is under child support. If it is an actual legal agreement, then I wouldn't do that.
But listen, are you going to go home and hire a lawyer and say, okay, I want to start proceedings?
I can't afford an attorney.
So that's my point about why go through the whole legal system when you know you're her father?
Because there's no other way to get to her.
Why not just give the money to Mikaylin?
No, I don't want to give her any money.
Rise above the fray and say, you know what? I'm going to give Mikaylin money, and even if she goes out and spends it on a boyfriend, buys him new shoes, but she's not going to do that, okay? So I don't even want to put that in your head. You got to give her that money and just trust that she's going to provide for your daughter. Every 6 months, get on a bus, Greyhound, and go down and see your daughter. I mean, it costs nothing to take a bus. You can always find an excuse not to do something, right? But when it comes to your children, come on, man. Why does she have to talk to Chloe instead of you?
Because typically our conversations, just how you saw, last about 15 seconds before they're not a conversation
But
anymore.
why put an 18-year-old involved in your situation here?
Well, because she's been, she's seen what I've seen. She's been a part of this and just as much.
But she's not part of it.
Well, I mean, she's a part of my life.
Yeah, she's part of your life, but she's got nothing to do with this. You know, you're 18 and you love Dalton, right? But I have to ask you, why would you even want to be mixed up with this?
I think it's equally both of them, in my opinion, as I've told everybody since I've been here. She makes it difficult and he makes it difficult. He doesn't put in a full effort and she doesn't let him, like, put in any effort.
When my daughter was dating Dalton through junior high and high school, I didn't care for him because he had my 16 and 17-year-old daughter sleeping in a car with him because he was homeless. He had nothing going on for his life and he was just dragging my daughter down with him. And I told him, you know, I really want you to be here for your baby. I want her to have a daddy. And he cried and said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, you know, get my act together back in Florida so I can be the dad that she deserves. But he broke his promise. It's been over 2 years now. She hasn't received a single diaper, Christmas or birthday card. He doesn't call to check on the baby. He could be FaceTiming her from anywhere that he lives, but he doesn't even do that.
Are we supposed to actually physically go pick you up and bring you to spend a weekend with your daughter?
But do you honestly believe that Elena's best interest in life would be to not have a father?
Not have
She's
you.
happy without you
Not
already.
have you.
When's the last time you saw your daughter?
2 years ago.
2
when
years
she was
ago.
born.
Long time. When would you like to see your daughter again?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Well, she's here. The worst thing to do is to take you back there and let you see your daughter. If you don't, not to me, but to her, say, you know what? Man, I missed this glorious joy that I witnessed 2 years ago. I'm all in. I'm going to, whatever little money I have, I'm going to give to my daughter. Whatever couple times a year I can get down to see my daughter, I'm gonna go see her.
I do want to go all in for my daughter.
Do you promise to your daughter, not to me, but to your daughter, that you're gonna do that before I let somebody come into her life and then hurt her?
Yeah, I promise.
Are you gonna let him go back and see his daughter?
He can see.
And when he goes back there,
But you're gonna promise
and when he
to her
goes
face,
back there,
not mine.
when he goes back there, he can make the promise to her.
You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? Say hi.
Hi, sweet girl. Okay. Hey, sweetie.
Can you say daddy?
You look so much like me.
No, give him a high five. Give him a high five. Give him knuckles. Fist bump. He's not right, you baby. Give him fist bump. Give him noggin. You wanna give him noggin?
Fill your bank with memories, right? Start now. Don't let her down. Be a father to your daughter. Good luck to you.